Andy, it's time.
Okay.
No. It's the season 17 premiere.
Huh?
The season 17 premiere is going on right now.
You're right.
Yeah, let's go.
Sorry. Let's go. Just come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. We cannot explain how excited we are for the 17th season of BSU Tonight. We're in that dancing queen age now. Rated R movies, right? I was really anxious to be the host this year. At the end of last year, the end of last season, it was strong. We were a cohesive unit. We were an inseparable family. So when it was announced that I was going to be the host, we took one final group picture just to really bring it all together and see if you notice something odd. Take a look at this. Take a look at this picture we took. You see that head that's cut off at the top? That's me. The only person, the one person perfectly sliced out of the permanent memory of last season is the host of the next year. That's so you know how they treat me here. I had to get my own coffee tonight. It's unbelievable. Enough complaining. Let's get right to it. Let's get to some jokes. Wenner Media has announced its decision to sell off the publishing rights to the iconic Rolling Stone magazine. Yeah, the good news, though, is that they've been making great strides as a multi-platform company, and we hope to see good things from their new management. Our expectations won't be too high, but they won't be too low, because nothing could possibly be worse than Vice. Articles just aren't good. The 2017 reboot of Stephen King's It is doing incredibly well after opening at the box office on September 8th. Just another example of a high-quality remake that Hollywood is so fond of these days. This inevitably means that more movies are going to get remade, of course, so I'm casting my vote for a remake of $1 Million Baby. I can't think of any movie that could benefit more from unplugging and plugging back in. Speaking of euthanasia, NASA made the decision recently to destroy its Cassini space probe by crashing it into Saturn, effectively ending its 20-year run. The $3.26 billion spacecraft's lifespan had to be ended due to a lack of fuel and an inability to get the probe home. But hey, it's just like my dad always said, if you can't go out with a bang, just fling yourself at Saturn until you inevitably disintegrate in the harsh atmosphere and intense gravity of the planet. It's a weird advice when I think about it. Cassini's last transmission was freedom. Of course, it wouldn't be a late night show. It didn't land. Of course, it wouldn't be a late night show. It wouldn't be a late night show if we didn't mention the latest Apple developments. Apple held its annual product launch on September 12th, where they unveiled new gadgets such as the iPhone 8, the iPhone 8 Plus, and the highly anticipated iPhone 10. And a new model of its signature timepiece, the Apple Watch. This is not an Apple Watch, just so you know, I'm not wealthy. Or as Apple CEO Tim Cook likes to call it, the Tim piece. Some people are outraged at the new features that Apple has brought to the iPhone X, including the removal of the home button, the outrageous $1,000 price tag, which we will spend anyway, and the implementation of facial recognition software. The future is here. Which, by the way, if you think about it, is really bad news for twins, but great news for ugly people. Sorry, unique-looking people. Moving into more tech news, a robot called Yumi conducted the Lucca Philharmonic Orchestra alongside opera singer Andrea Bocelli in Pisa, Italy on September 13th. The robot conducted 3 separate arrangements that evening. So if you thought that you were safe from the robot revolution because you work in a creative field that robots cannot replace, congrats, you're as expendable as a fast food worker. Yeah. Politics. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz was spotted at the Houston Texans season opener a few weeks ago and was bombarded with questions about the state of the city after the devastation caused by Hurricane Harvey. Cruz assured reporters that the situation is under control, but we here at BSU Tonight find it hard to trust the words of anyone who gets their porn from Twitter. Incognito tabs, Teddy, they're there for a reason. Former Secretary of State and presidential candidate Hillary Clinton has been keeping busy lately as she promotes her new book, What Happened? That's true. A memoir about the outcome of the 2016 election. Now, fans say they loved reading about Hillary's mindset after her defeat and look forward to the sequel in 2020. 11-year-old Frank Giacchio got the honor of mowing the White House's Rose Garden lawn after writing to the president offering to do it for free. If you've seen the video, by the way, Donald Trump praises Frank for doing a good job. Frank was not doing a great job, by the way. His lines were amazingly uneven, and he was really splotchy. But inspired by the young man's entrepreneurial spirit, President Trump has since started a new initiative called Labor Camps for Kids. We've got a great show for you today. It's back to school night. Stick around. We'll be right back after this.
The Atrium, one of the most popular dining halls here at Ball State University. It has a wide variety of selections such as Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, McKinley Grill, and the Mexican place no one remembers the name of. But before you start eating here, there's a thing or two you should know about the rules of the Atrium. Tip number 1, remember to try to get to the Atrium before class lets out. Most of the traffic around lunchtime occurs at 10 till, so make sure you try to leave early enough to grab something before the rush begins. Tip number 2, to reserve a spot at a table, make sure to place your backpack or jacket on a seat at the table. If someone has put their stuff down already, don't take their seat. That would be rude. Find another place to sit. Make other friends and sit at another table. Tip number 3, if you're eating alone, try your best to not take a 4-person table for yourself. You can always sit at the end of a larger table, sit outside in the grass, or in a stall in the bathroom located in the back right. Thanks for tuning in. We hope these tips can help you have the best experience here at Ball State.
Hey! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that package was helpful for anyone still learning to navigate those pesky dining halls. We just love to give back and help you here on BSU Tonight. And one of the ways that we do that is we'll hold conflict mediation right here on the show. And actually, it's time for some more conflict mediation right now. So we might as well get our first participant out here. She's a second-year nursing major living in Woodworth Residence Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Lacey. Come on out, Lacey. Hey. Yeah. Lacey, thank you so much for being here. You came on the show for a reason today. Can you explain to us what that reason is?
So, my roommate, Amanda, is the devil incarnate and treats me like absolute trash. And I'm just so sick of it, Andy.
Okay, well, can you maybe elaborate or give me some emotion?
Of course. So, I have this theater studies class, and I needed a binder, and I found this really cute binder. Like, it is the cutest binder I've ever seen, Andy.
Okay.
And I told Amanda how much I loved it, and guess what she did?
What did she do?
She stole my binder. She stole my good binder.
has.
I've been nothing but nice to her, and this is how she repays me.
Lacey, I'm so sorry for your situation, but those are some bold accusations. Those are really strong words, and it would be remiss of us if we don't get her roommate's side of the story. We've actually got your roommate behind the scenes right now, so ooh. Let's bring her out here and get her side of the story. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Lacey's roommate, Amanda. Thank you for being here, Amanda. We really appreciate you coming on the show. Just ignore what's going on out there. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. So,
you know what? You would accuse me of stealing your binder.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, you accuse me of everything.
Well, that's because you're a cat.
All right, let's slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Let's get back.
Calm down.
That's so typical. You're the worst roommate ever. Why did I ever decide to room with you?
All right, ladies, oh, yeah. Let's just get things back on track here. We're here to resolve this conflict. Now, Amanda, we have to hear your side of the story. It's unfair otherwise. What's your take?
Look, I didn't steal the binder, and I'm getting sick and tired of all the accusations.
Short and simple. Lacey, do you have any response?
I still think she did it. She's lied to me before. I wouldn't put it past her to do it again.
Ooh. Well, clearly this is a problem that we need to figure out here and now. There's no rekindling this friendship. But what our audience doesn't know is that before the show, we hooked Amanda up to a lie detector test to get some straight answers out of this situation. Lacey, at the beginning of the show, you claimed that your roommate Amanda stole your favorite binder. The results are in. And Amanda did not steal Lacey's binder. Did not steal Lacey's binder. It's conclusive results. The test never lies. We got oh, all right. Well, let's not. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Get in there. Get her out of there. Get her out. We'll be right back. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Hi, can I get one ticket for the flute recital? Yeah, but who do you know here? Tiffany? Oh, cool. Yeah, name and ID, please. Hi, Lizzie. You're not on the list, but that's just a formality. You can go on through. Okay. Next. My ticket.
Hi, can I help you find anything?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm actually ready to check out.
Oh, sure. Can I just see your ID, please?
Oh, sure. Shoot, I think it's back at the dorm. Can I just give you my ID number?
Oh, sure. Go right ahead.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa. Wait. Who do you know here?
Bracken.
Okay, bet.
No, really, he's my great uncle.
Okay, totally. That's totally fine then. You can just go right ahead. Just take them. Tour's always open for you, my man.
Yeah, because it's a library.
Totally.
What's up? Hey, I'm here to get the notes that I missed in chemistry class, remember?
Who do you know here?
You, Dave. I know you. We have class together just today.
Bro! That's right. I didn't recognize you, man. Get in here.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Hey guys, come on in. Food's in the kitchen and the drinks are out back. And you can ask Barry, our DJ, for any song that you want.
Oh, well, we don't know anyone here.
Hardly anybody knows anybody. It's a bigger world than we think. That's the whole point of having a party.
Seems legit.
I mean, I came here for a good time.
Speaking of time, we're gonna have an in-depth discussion about the Gregorian calendar and the modern wristwatch at midnight in the basement. Feel free to contribute to the conversation. Opening up an honest dialogue for everyone to contribute in is really dope.
All right, let's party.
Okay.
Yeah! Who do we all know here? It's back to school night here for BSU tonight. First show of the year, the premiere. The tension is in the air. I need to take a deep breath. But here to give us some insight, we have joining us 3 Ball State instructors. Please help me welcome Shanetta Pendleton, Paige Waters, and David Little, our guests today. Yes. Thank you guys so much for being here on the show. We really appreciate you guys coming on.
Thanks for inviting us.
Like we said, it's back to school night, so in lieu of the theme, let's start with an icebreaker. Let's go around and say our name and a fun fact about ourselves. I'll start. Hi, my name is Andy Rabb, and one time I was on a plane with Norm Macdonald. It's true. Fun fact. So, next.
This is a punishment for all my first day lectures. I'm Shanetta Pendleton. I'm an instructor in the Department of Journalism. A fun fact about me, I'm from Alabama and I still wear my shoes everywhere.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. What does that mean? Do you normally not wear shoes in Alabama?
No, everyone thinks that people in Alabama walk around barefoot and on dusty roads. And I'm like, we have streets.
By show of hands, how many of you, when you think of a person from Alabama, you immediately go to a shoeless, dusty road?
Be honest.
Okay, maybe that's just me. I didn't realize that was a thing.
It really is.
Okay, I have learned something now. Thank you so much for enlightening me. Next, your name.
I'm Paige Waters. I teach in the Department of Telecommunications. And fun fact about me, I have given a dead woman a French manicure. How's that for a fun fact?
She won.
Part of me thinks we should just gloss over that and not address the elephant in the room. I'm sorry?
Yeah, my husband is a funeral director, and we were dating. This is how people date with funeral homes. And I got a call from him, and he's like, we need help. Can you paint someone's nails? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he goes, well, we're looking at her picture that her family provided, and she wears a French manicure. Could you do that? I'm like, probably. So I ran to Target, as you do, and got the stuff to do it.
How long had you been dating him for when this happened?
Oh, I don't.
Was this the second week of dating?
No, that was a really long. God, it was a long time ago.
Okay.
It was probably maybe, I don't know. Okay. If you ask my husband how long we dated before we got married, I will say 2 years. If you ask him, it was like we hung out for a couple weeks and got married. Yeah,
it's a blurred line.
So it's hard to know.
Well, was that the moment when he knew you were the one? If a girl will paint a dead woman's nails,
if it wasn't, it should have been. Right?
I guess so. We're learning stuff. Next.
Hi, I'm David Little, and I teach in the theater department.
I know a fun fact about yourself.
Yeah, fun fact about, I'm going to continue the theme that you started, and I worked for 8 months as a gravedigger.
Oh.
But the even funner fact about that is I worked for 8 months as a gravedigger after I finished my master's degree.
Was the job market just that thin?
It was in 2008, right after the market crash. So I graduated in May, and and then I couldn't find it. Actually, it was a little bit after that, but it was, So, yep. So I got my Master's of Fine Arts, and I used it to put people in the ground. So it was great.
Now, did you ever have like a Weekend at Bernie's moment or something where you were bored on the job, so you decided to have some fun?
No.
No?
No,
That's
that
good.
never happened.
You have respect for
I have disinterred caskets and reinterred them elsewhere in the cemetery. And so I do know what decomposing flesh smells like. That's gross, right?
I think we should move on to the next subject.
It's a very small club, yeah.
Woo! All right,
who does your scheduling? Your schedules are
I don't know. We need to.
I was told you wanted interesting people, so I'm just saying interesting things.
Yeah, you know
There you
what?
go.
You're proving me wrong. No, I don't. That did not. I didn't. You're all. We're really grateful that you're here, all three of you. So obviously, all three of you are instructors here at Ball State. You teach more than one class, yes? We can safe to assume. So first question, we'll just jump right into it. What is the first and last name of your favorite student? Are any of your students in this room right now?
Yeah, I teach TCOM, so there's probably sprinkling them. It's kind of hard to see. I see a chunk of them. Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable answering that question?
Well, I feel comfortable saying that all of my students are my favorite students.
Yes. I think there were audible groans, by the way, of people who were disappointed in the answer. They wanted blood.
Well, I'm the alumni communications coordinator for TCOM, so I will also say that all of my students are my favorite students.
That's boring.
Sorry about that.
That's boring.
Well, I have students who would say otherwise. Like, I have a student who swears he's my favorite student. I call him my student stalker.
Is this a thing? Do you have students? Have you ever experienced obsessive students?
I haven't, I don't think.
Oh, it's real.
A little bit, but not a ton.
In what, like, fear for your life danger or brings you an apple to class danger?
No, like FaceTimes you. Labor Day dangerous. So I wrote a recommendation letter.
Okay.
And it required me to put my contact information on there. Of course, I'm not in the office all the time, so I put my cell number in there. Next thing you know, I'm getting text messages like, "Hey, bestie." This is real life. It's real life. And then I'm driving back from Alabama during the Labor Day holiday.
Okay.
And I get a FaceTime, and of course I didn't save the number, so I'm like, who is this FaceTiming me from? So I looked through text messages and why are you FaceTiming me? Like, why?
Well, what that makes me wonder is, did that work? Is he, like, did that get him any extra? If I FaceTime my teachers, am I gonna get extra credit?
Definitely not.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I may have just passed them to get rid of. I'm just joking.
Do you guys have? Do you remember all of your students? We were talking about this earlier. I had you, Mrs. Waters, a year ago, and I assumed that you completely forgot who I was. Do you guys remember like most if not all of your students?
I mean, I've only been at Ball. This is my second year at Ball State, but I've been all kinds of different places. So I teach at a camp every summer. I'm from Pittsburgh. I used to teach at a theater there. I've taught all over the place. I used to teach for Indianapolis Public Schools.
Sorry.
No, I loved my students. I can say that. I don't know. There are certain students that after years and years, you don't remember them, and they do still remember you, and I always feel really bad about that, because you're in a room. But there are also students that I remember for a long time.
Right.
So and year to year, like I remember all of my students from last year.
Okay. Well, yeah.
They're
more fresh in your memory.
they're fresh in my memory.
Did you ever have any really horrible experiences with any students? In all the times you've been teaching? Yeah. It was just a stare and a small nod.
Well, not at Ball State.
Okay.
So, but like I said, I used to teach middle school.
Okay.
So I broke up a fight between 7th grade girls once, and I got a fat lip.
Those girls, they mature quicker, so they're bigger than the boys. They're bigger than the boys. It's not like... all right, we're getting the signal to wrap up here. All right, well, again, thank all three of you. So give them a round of applause for being here. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We really sincerely appreciate you being here. We're going to take a quick break, so please pull out your iClickers. We have to do a quick quiz for attendance, but stay with us. We'll be right back. We're going to be on AA, I think.
Hey man, how you doing? Hey, keeping busy. Oh, very cool, man. Do you want to get some lunch? I totally would, but I'm in a rush. All right, man.
Hey, Brian, I was just wondering why you weren't in class today, man.
Professor, look, I'm so sorry.
No excuses. Listen, there's a review session in 15 minutes. You, me, we can go there together.
I can't. I'm in a rush.
Failure's in your future, Brian.
Repent, my child, repent. For those who eat colorful goldfish can be forgiven.
Good Lord.
How dare you take the Lord's name in vain? The homosexuals have infiltrated the goldfish cracker.
I'll pass on that.
Top of the morning to you. Would you like to join the Socially Frustrated Leprechaun Alliance?
What?
The Socially Frustrated Leprechaun Alliance. It's the only student-run organization that addresses the issues of being short and gender on a liberal college campus.
No. What, is this a joke?
It's a real serious issue, my boy.
Finally.
You should check out our website. We have a lot to offer. Great resume builder.
Oh. Man. Guys, thank you all so much for being here. That is our season premiere episode for season 17. Give one more time a huge round of applause for Paige Waters, Shanetta Pendleton, and David Little for spending their time with us. Thank you so much, all three of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you guys have any like final parting words of advice for somebody on their first day of campus, new to school? Any like quick advice?
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
That's a good one.
I always have people that wait forever, and then I'm like, why didn't you just say something to me at the beginning of the semester?
Pay attention. Do you guys have anything?
I'm going to be the evil instructor and say,
Okay.
Google, okay? Google, I swear there's so many answers on there. You know, refer to the syllabus, refer to the instructions, read. That's always great.
No professor ever would admit that. Just use Google. JFGI. Do you have anything? Any advice?
I would say go to class. Read the syllabus and don't do drugs.
There you go. Well, as our parting words for the episode, thank you so much for being here. Have a good night, everybody.